What is going on, y'all? It's Coffee back at it, talking some football with y'all, and we got so much to get to in regards to the NFL, man, as we're getting closer and closer to the playoffs. Comment and let me know if your team's in, if they've clinched already, if you think they're gonna make it. Your thoughts on everything we get to in this video. Hit them buttons, subscribe, man. We gotta talk about Brady, the Bills, the Chiefs, injuries, all kinds of stuff, right? But before we get to that, I just wanted to talk to y'all about this LA Bowl game, man. You guys see the footage rolling here. What a win by the 24th ranked UNLV Running Rebels. And what really caught my attention about this was this amazing fake punt. I've never seen nothing like this. Truly tremendous. As UNLV has been a good squad, man. They just lost their coach. You know how it goes, man. It's just like in the NFL. If a team is having a lot of success, right, they'll lose an offensive or defensive coordinator to go head coach somewhere else. Like in college, you know, the coach for UNLV did his thing, and he's gotten bigger and better offers. But the team really made a lot of strides for improvement under him, and this was a crazy way for them to wrap up their season winning this fashion, you know what I mean? But the fake punt was in the second quarter, down 10-7, and is like a shovel pass, like a chest pass, like in basketball. And you know, dude coming across the middle, just perfect timing. It was something else, man. And you see it got took for a 52-yard catch and run, a lot of yak on the end of it, and they ended up taking it to their opponent's 9, I think. And that was just a big shift in momentum and just a turning point in the game. But in the end, they won 24-13. Comment if you watched the bowl game, what you think of the LA Bowl. So many bowl games now, you know what I mean? Do you look at that as a real deal bowl? It's pretty lit. They got the championship belt. They had Gronk involved, Jimmy Kimmel. It was really something to behold.
After a wild week 15, we have a shakeup in the power rankings with a new team at number 1. Coming in at the 5th spot this week, the Minnesota Vikings. They won their 7th straight game on Monday night against the Bears. Kevin O'Connell, he's got this team playing great complementary football. They got a tough matchup this week in Seattle. It's always a tough place to play in the Pacific Northwest. Dropping down to the 4th spot this week, it's the Detroit Lions. They had a tough loss against the Bills. It was the highest scoring game of the season. Goff, St. Brown, they had huge days, and it showed. They're not going to fold under pressure against a great opponent. Hopefully Aaron Glenn, he can get this depleted defense back on track against the Bears this week. Next up at number 3 is the Buffalo Bills. What an offensive performance by Josh Allen in that Bills offense. They put up 48 points on Detroit. Josh, he's playing incredible as of late. He's got 10 touchdowns over his last 2 games. This offense, they're going to look to keep it rolling when they take on New England this coming weekend. Coming in at number 2 this week, it's the hottest team in the league. Listen up, everybody. The Philadelphia Eagles. They won their 10th straight game on Sunday, taking care of the Steelers. We saw it. Jalen Hurts, why would they doubt this Eagles passing game? We knew it was going to come to life. He targeted A.J. Brown early and often as both Brown and Devontae Smith went over 100 yards. Philly's got a tough divisional road matchup against the Commanders this week. And making their return to the top spot in my power rankings is the Kansas City Chiefs. Spags, you got a dominant defense. I know you know this. You're forcing so many turnovers against the Browns last week. I know Patrick suffered an ankle injury in the game. That's a guy whose toughness is never in doubt. I'm sure he's going to do everything he can to get back out there against the Texans on a short week. Those are my power rankings after week 15. Let's see how they shake out after week 16 and a great slate of games coming up.
2 division leaders squabble up for some Saturday action. Houston Texans sitting atop the AFC South, winners of 3 of their last 4 now.
Looking for Hill, and it's picked off!
They are in Kansas City taking on a Chiefs bunch on a 4-game win streak and official champs of the AFC West again.
Downfield, intercepted by McDuffie!
9 times in a row, Chiefs on top in the AFC West. One time in 2024, they've beaten a team by 2 touchdowns. That was last week versus Cleveland. Patrick Mahomes, 2 touchdowns, no INTs.
Jab step wide open for the touchdown.
Mahomes left that game early after said he is fine but may not be able to play this week. If that's the case, get to see Carson Wentz in action. Completed a couple passes in relief last week.
Kansas City, they really rely on their pass game. Doesn't matter who's in.
Only 4.2 yards per attempt versus Cleveland, 159 yards, a sub-80 rate. That's 3 straight sub-90 rate games for Mahomes. Their offense, just 21 points versus the Browns. They've left the field with less than 22, 5 of their last 6.
Away, who's trying to feed it to Kelsey.
The Texans defense they take on next held Miami to 12 points, have held their opponents under 21 points 3 of their last 4.
Picked off on the play. Grabbed right there by Bullock.
Mahomes gets a secondary holding quarterbacks to a sub-80 rate for the season. Elite stuff. Lowered it even more after picking off Tua 3 times. Held Tagovailoa to under 200 yards, under 5 yards per attempt, a 60 rate.
Tua going deep. Oh, it's picked off.
Derek Stingley with 2 INTs. They held Jalen Waddle to 0 yards. Tyreek to 2 catches on 7 targets, just 36 yards. Only 1 KC pass catcher with 40-plus yards versus the Browns. Juju Smith-Schuster scored 7 yards. Noah Gray, 21 yards and a TD. Travis Kelce, 27 yards. D-Hop, 36. Xavier Worthy led them in targets in their Week 15 win. 11, 6 catches, 46 yards.
Little pop pass to Worthy.
Battle up front is going to be big, especially if Mahomes' mobility is limited. He didn't take a single sack versus Cleveland on 40 pass attempts.
We've seen it time and time again. Take what the defense gives you.
However, Mahomes, 3+ sacks taken the previous 3 straight games, and he faced pressure over 40% of the time last week.
You can't really step into it. He doesn't have the same accuracy, but you can't set your feet and throw it.
Houston's pass rush, a Will Anderson, Daniil Hunter production in most games, bagged Tua 3 times, both dudes in on it. Both dudes now in double-digit sack country for 2024.
Here they come. He's grabbed by Hunter.
Texans' run defense shut down Miami's rush attack, just 52 yards, 2.7 a run.
Devoured as he went to the line.
Chiefs are going to hit him with Kareem Hunt and Isaiah Pacheco, neither guy with more than 3.5 a run last week. Houston's rush attack also comes in cold. Joe Mixon under 2 yards per carry versus Miami. Their offense led by CJ Stroud, who threw 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, a +100 rate.
Stroud, end zone, touchdown.
KC's secondary isn't up against a hot QB, though. Stroud, a lot like Mahomes, won the game without doing much through the air, 131 yards passing, just 5 yards per attempt. So in turn, Houston's offense rolls in off a 20-point outing.
Chaser finds a fumble on the play.
The Kansas City defense they're stacked against has been locking it up lately, held Cleveland to 7 points, 6 takeaways, have held their last 3 opponents under 18.
With the punch, and now the scramble for the football.
Stroud faces a secondary that had no trouble with Jameis Winston, picked him off 3 times, or DTR picked him off 2.
Thompson Robinson intercepted.
They're showing versus Cleveland, bringing their rate allowed for the year under 90. They did give up 108 yards to Jerry Jeudy. Now they take on Nico Collins. He scored twice versus the Dolphins.
Caught by Collins. Touchdown, Houston.
Only 17 yards, though. Tank Dell, 26. Robert Woods, 12. Dalton Schultz, 13. Joe Mixon led them with 33. Just couldn't get much going because, once again, Stroud spent a lot of time on his back or face, took 4 more sacks. He's taken 4+ sacks in 7 games now.
Not able to get there. Look at that.
Kansas City's pass rush could work with that, being they planted Winston 5 times, a hefty 11 QB hits. George Karlaftis 2 bags, has 7 for the season.
Winston hit from behind.
Kansas City up 9-5 on Houston overall. This 2010 bout caught my eye. Matt Castle, Matt Schaub. Castle leaned on Dwayne Bowe for 100+ yards, 2 TDs. Schaub hooked up with Andre Johnson for 130+ yards.
But there you have it there, man. Tom Brady's power rankings, the top 5. This is becoming a big segment. You know, I've enjoyed Tom Brady being a broadcaster, even with him being an arch rival and arch nemesis of my Buffalo Bills. As I always say, like, now that he's retired and everything and he's moved on, of course, like, you respect him as the GOAT, you know what I mean? But when it's game time, you hate the ops, like, and Brady was always an op. Brady and Belichick were always like Satan to Bills Mafia, I think. But you see, he has us Bills in there at number 3, very complimentary of everything that's been going on with Josh. As I truly believe everything is coming together full circle for the Bills. Like, we're truly peaking right at the right time. Just the offense, Josh's execution, the numbers, him cutting out any really recklessness to his game. Just everything has just been outstanding. Josh Allen and Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator, are like the dynamic duo out there. But of course, you heard him. He had the Vikings in at number 5. Detroit at 4, taking that big L to my Bills. Of course, I already said the Bills at 3. 2, he has Philly as the hottest team. And what a season for them after the way they ished the bet in the second half of the season last year. It was pretty crazy. As a Bills fan, it came right after an overtime win over my Bills that we kind of got the shaft in. But after that, they just were pure garbage juice. And that was it, And then still at number 1, the Chiefs. And the big news, you see Mahomes limping. He's been a full participant Tuesday and Wednesday. It's a high ankle sprain. Not really the most serious injury, but it's just kind of crazy with the playoffs right around the corner and the way this season's been going for the Chiefs. I think that was the only 2 possession or more, not 1 score victory for the Chiefs all season, this game over the Browns. And there was a lot of Chiefs fans all year I seen kind of shook, like, man, we're on the decline, all the stuff that Mahomes always does, the magic isn't quite there, even though they have an amazing record, only 1 loss to my Buffalo Bills. It's kind of crazy, that people, in a sense, have been down on the Chiefs, with a 1-loss season. But I want to know what everyone out there thinks about it as, will Mahomes play? They're still playing for the number 1 seed, but the big thing Brady was talking about is the way that the defense has stepped up has truly been something. The defense has really been shining for them as of late. But I don't know, man. Houston Chiefs should be a good game, period, but it's even more intriguing with all the playoff implications and the seeding and the injuries and just everything going on, So that's going to do it for this one, everyone. Hit the comments once again. Make sure to subscribe. This is Coffee Talk, where we talk music, news, sports, and more. Playoffs are almost here. So much to discuss. Is your team in or out? All that. Let's discuss it below. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.